Hello, my name is Anna. Today is my first day as a flight attendant. I feel excited, but I also feel nervous. My uniform is new. My hair is tied neatly. I check my smile in the mirror. Do I look ready? I arrive at the airport early. Flight 102 is going to New York. It is a big plane. There are many passengers. I meet the pilot and the other crew members. They all seem confident. Will I do a good job like them? The boarding gate opens. People walk in with bags and tickets. I stand at the airplane door. I smile and say, "Good morning, welcome." Some people smile back. Others look tired. Then something happens. A small boy runs ahead of his parents. He is holding a toy airplane. "Wait," I call. His parents chase after him. They laugh, nervously. "Sorry," the father says. I smile. The boy looks at me and asks, "Are you the pilot?" I laugh. "No, I am a flight attendant," I say. More passengers come. One woman stops in front of me. She's holding a ticket and looking around. "Where is my seat?" she asks. I check her ticket. "You are in seat 15C, I say. She nods but looks confused. I point inside the plane. "Go straight and look for the numbers," I explain. She smiles and says, "Thank you." As the line gets longer, I feel more nervous. A man walks up next. He has a big suitcase. I look at it. It is bigger than the allowed size. What should I do? I take a deep breath. "Good morning," I say. "Your bag is too big for the cabin. It must go in the cargo." The man looks at me. He frowns. "But I need it," he says. My hands feel sweaty. Will he listen to me? The passengers keep coming. A mother carries a baby. The baby starts to cry. The mother looks embarrassed. "It's okay," I say. "Please take your seat." The sound of the baby crying fills the air. Will the baby calm down? Finally, the last passenger boards. I check the aisle to make sure everything is okay. The captain speaks through the intercom. "Crew, prepare for takeoff." My heart beats faster. Am I ready for this flight? As the airplane doors close, I think about the day ahead. What challenges will I face? Will the passengers be happy? Will I do a good job? I smile again. It is only the beginning of the flight, and I am ready to learn. What will happen next? I stand at the airplane door. The passengers are all seated now. I feel a little more relaxed. But then the man with the big suitcase stands up. He looks upset. My heart beats faster. What is wrong? The man walks to the front of the plane. He points at me and says, "I need my bag." I feel nervous. "Sir," I say, "your bag is in the cargo. It's too big for the cabin." He shakes his head. "But I need something inside it," he says. "It's important." The passengers start looking at us. I don't want to make a scene. I smile and say, "Please wait here. Let me ask the captain." I walk to the phone and call the cockpit. "Captain," I say, "a passenger wants his bag from the cargo. What should I do?" The captain sounds calm. Tell him to wait until we land, he says. I go back to the man. Sir, I say, I'm sorry. You can get your bag after we land. The man looks angry. But what if I need my medicine? He says loudly. My heart sinks. Is he sick? I take a deep breath. Do you feel sick now? I ask. He shakes his head. No, but I might feel sick later. He says. I think quickly. Do you know the name of the medicine? I ask. He looks surprised. Yes, it's in my pocket, he says. He checks his jacket and pulls out a small pill. I feel relieved. You already have it with you, I say. The man looks at the pill. He laughs nervously. Oh, I forgot, he says. Thank you for helping me. I smile and say, it's no problem. Please take your seat now. The other passengers clap quietly. I feel proud. Just as I start to relax, a woman calls out, "Excuse me," she says. I turn around. She's holding her phone. The Wi-Fi is not working, she says. I need to send an email. I look at her and think for a moment. The Wi-Fi will start soon, I say. Please wait a few minutes. She frowns. But it's urgent, she says. My hands feel sweaty again. What can I do? I walk to the back of the plane and find the senior flight attendant. The Wi-Fi is not working, I say. She nods and smiles. It always takes a few minutes to start, she says. Tell her to try again soon. I go back to the woman. Please try again in a few minutes, I say. She sighs but nods. Okay, thank you, she says. I stand in the aisle and look around. Everything seems calm for now, but I know the flight is not over yet. What will happen next? The plane is in the air now. I walk through the aisle, checking on the passengers. Most of them are quiet, reading or watching something on their screens. I feel a little more confident, but then I hear a voice. Excuse me, a woman says. She's sitting near the window. I walk over to her. Yes, how can I help you? I ask. She points to her seat belt. It's stuck, she says. I lean down and check it. It is twisted. I fix it for her. There, it's fine now, I say. She smiles. Thank you. As I turn to leave, I hear a loud noise. A tray of food falls to the floor. I see a child sitting with his father. The boy looks guilty. I'm so sorry, the father says. He knocked it over by accident. I smile and pick up the tray. It's okay, I say. Let me bring you another meal. I go to the back of the plane and find another tray of food. I return and give it to the father. The boy looks at me and says, I'm sorry. I smile and say, it's okay. Be careful next time. The father thanks me, and I feel better. Just as I am about to sit down, a man stands up. He is holding a book. Excuse me, he says. Can I get another drink? I nod. Of course, I say. I walk to the drink cart and get him some water. When I return, he smiles. Thank you, he says. Then something unexpected happens. A woman in the middle of the plane stands up and says, My phone is missing. Everyone looks at her. She looks upset. I had it in my bag, and now it's gone, she says. I walk over to her. Are you sure it's missing? I ask. She nods. I checked everywhere, she says. I look around and see her bag under her seat. May I check your bag? I ask. She hesitates but says, okay. I open the bag and find the phone inside a small pocket. I show it to her. Here it is, I say. She looks embarrassed. Oh, I didn't see it there, she says. Thank you. I feel relieved, but then I hear a loud cough. A man near the back is coughing a lot. I walk quickly to him. Are you okay? I ask. He nods but keeps coughing. Can I get you some water? I ask. He nods again. I bring him water and ask, do you need anything else? He shakes his head. No, I'm fine now. Thank you, he says. I feel glad that he is okay. As I walk back to the front, the turbulence starts. The plane shakes a little. The captain speaks through the intercom. Ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seat belts. We are experiencing some turbulence. I quickly check that everyone has their seat belts on. A man in the aisle is standing. Sir, please sit down, I say. He looks surprised but sits quickly. The plane keeps shaking, and I hold on to the seat. A child starts crying. I kneel beside him. It's okay, I say. This will stop soon. The mother looks at me and says, thank you. Finally, the turbulence ends. The captain announces, we are now flying smoothly. Thank you for your patience. I feel a wave of relief. I take a deep breath and continue my work. But then another passenger calls me. Excuse me, she says. I think I lost my wallet. My heart sinks. Another problem. Where did you see it last? I ask her. I had it in my pocket, but now it's gone. I look around her seat and under the cushions. Finally, I find it on the floor. Here it is, I say. She smiles. Thank you so much. Just as I think everything is fine, the baby from earlier starts crying again. The mother looks tired. I bring her some water and say, would you like me to hold the baby for a minute? She looks surprised but says, yes, please. I hold the baby and walk down the aisle. The baby looks at me and stops crying. The passengers smile at me. You're doing a great job, one man says. I feel proud but also tired. As I return the baby to her mother, I hear another voice. Excuse me, someone says. Can you help me with my bag? I turn around and see an older woman pointing to the overhead compartment. It's too heavy for me, she says. I nod. I can help you, I say. I reach up and take down the bag. She thanks me, and I smile. It has been a busy flight so far, and there is still more time to go. I wonder what will happen next. The flight is calm now. Most of the passengers are quiet. Some are reading, others are sleeping. I take a moment to breathe. Maybe the hardest part of my day is over. But then I hear the sound of the intercom. Attention, crew, the captain says. We are experiencing turbulence again. Please take your seats. I quickly check the aisle. Some passengers are still not wearing their seat belts. I walk quickly to them. Please fasten your seat belt, I say. A man near the back looks at me and says, "Why? Something wrong?" "No, sir," I reply. "This is just for your safety." He nods and fastens his belt. I feel relieved, but then the plane shakes hard. Passengers gasp. A cup of water spills on the floor. My heart beats fast. I grab the seat near me and hold on. The turbulence gets stronger. A baby starts crying again. The mother looks at me. "What is happening?" she asks. I smile to stay calm. "It's just turbulence. It will stop soon," I say. Then something unexpected happens. A man near the front stands up. He looks panicked. "I can't breathe," he shouts. Passengers turn to look at him. I rush to him. "Sir, please sit down," I say. He shakes his head. "I feel dizzy," he says. I help him sit in an empty seat. "Take deep breaths," I say. I grab a small oxygen mask from the emergency kit and give it to him. "Breathe into this," I say. The turbulence continues. The plane shakes again. Another passenger screams, "We're going to crash." I feel a lump in my throat. I must stay calm. "No, we are safe," I say loudly. "Please stay in your seats and keep your seat belts on." The man with the oxygen mask starts to calm down. "I feel better," he says. I nod and smile. "You're okay," I say. But then I hear another noise. It is coming from the galley. I walk to the back of the plane and see that a food cart has rolled loose. It is blocking the aisle. I push it back into place and lock the wheels. As I turn around, I hear the intercom again. The captain says, "Attention, crew. Prepare for a possible emergency landing." My heart stops. Emergency landing? I look at the senior flight attendant. She nods at me. "Follow the procedure," she says. I grab the safety manual and prepare to give instructions to the passengers. I walk to the front of the plane. My voice shakes a little, but I speak clearly. "Ladies and gentlemen, we may need to make an emergency landing. Please follow these steps." I show them how to put on the oxygen masks. "Pull the mask down and place it over your nose and mouth," I say. "Fasten your seat belt tight." A woman raises her hand. "Will we be okay?" she asks. I smile at her. "Yes, the pilots are trained for this. You are safe," I say. The passengers listen carefully. The plane shakes again, but no one screams this time. Everyone looks at me. I feel the pressure, but I stay calm. The captain's voice comes through the intercom again. "Crew, prepare for landing." I take a deep breath. The plane starts to descend. My hands feel sweaty, but I stay focused. Suddenly the child who spilled the food earlier starts crying. His father looks helpless. I kneel beside the child. "It's okay," I say. "We are landing soon and everything will be fine." The plane shakes one more time. I hold on to the seat. I see the runway getting closer through the window. The wheels touch the ground, and the plane bounces slightly. Then everything becomes still. The captain announces, "We have landed safely. Thank you for your cooperation." The passengers clap and cheer. I feel a wave of relief. I stand up and smile at the passengers. "Thank you for staying calm," I say. "Please remain seated until the plane stops completely." The man with the oxygen mask looks at me and says, "Thank you for helping me." The mother with the baby also smiles and says, "You were amazing." I feel proud, but I also feel exhausted. As the passengers leave the plane, many of them thank me. I stand at the door and smile at each one. When the last passenger is gone, I finally sit down. My legs feel weak. The senior flight attendant comes to me and says, "You did very well today." I smile. "Thank you," I say. It was the most intense moment of my life, but I stayed calm. I wonder if all flights are this difficult. What will happen on my next flight? The passengers are leaving the plane now. I feel a mix of relief and exhaustion. I stand at the door and say goodbye to everyone. "Thank you for flying with us," I say. Most people smile and thank me back. I think the stressful part of my day is over, but then something unexpected happens. A man stops at the door. He is holding his phone and frowning. "Excuse me," he says. "My bag is missing." I feel a jolt of panic. A missing bag? Again? "Sir, can you describe your bag?" I ask. He says, "It's black with a red tag." I nod and walk to the back of the plane. I check the overhead compartments and the seats. I see a black bag, but it doesn't have a red tag. Is this the right one? I bring it to him. "No, this isn't my bag," he says. My heart races. Where could it be? I check the crew storage area. There are no extra bags there. I take a deep breath and think. Suddenly, I remember. "Sir," I say, "did you check the cargo area?" His eyes widen. "Oh no, I think I checked my bag at the gate," he says. I smile and nod. "Yes, your bag is in the cargo. It will come to the baggage claim area." He looks embarrassed but relieved. "Thank you," he says. "I forgot about that." I return to the cabin, thinking the twists are done, but then I hear a voice from behind me. "Excuse me," a woman says. She is holding an envelope. "I found this under my seat." I take the envelope and look at it. It is thick and says, "Important documents," on the front. There is no name. Who is it? I walk to the senior flight attendant and show her the envelope. "What should we do?" I ask. She says, "We must check with the passengers. Someone might still be here." I hurry off the plane and see a man talking to the gate agent. He looks worried. He is holding his pockets and shaking his head. "Excuse me, sir," I say. "Are you missing something?" He looks at me and says, "Yes, my documents." I hand him the envelope. His face lights up. "Thank you so much," he says. "This is very important." As I return to the cabin again, the captain calls me. "Anna," he says, "you handled everything very well today. You are a quick thinker." I smile and thank him. I sit down for a moment and take a deep breath. The flight is over, but I realize something. Being a flight attendant is full of surprises. I wonder, will my next flight have even more twists? The plane is now empty. The passengers are gone, and the cabin is quiet. I sit down for a moment and take a deep breath. My first flight is over, but I still feel the excitement and nervousness from everything that happened. The senior flight attendant walks up to me. She smiles and says, "Good job today, Anna. You handled everything very well." I smile back. "Thank you," I say. "It was harder than I thought." We begin cleaning up the plane. I pick up empty cups and wrappers from the seats. Suddenly I see something under a chair. It's a small stuffed animal. It looks like it belongs to a child. I hold the toy and think about the little boy who spilled his food earlier. Could this be his? I feel sad for him. How will he feel when he realizes his toy is missing? I take the stuffed animal to the gate agent. "Can you keep this in case someone comes back for it?" I ask. She nods. "Of course," she says. As I turn to leave, I hear a voice behind me. "Excuse me." I look back and see the father from earlier. He's holding the little boy's hand. The boy looks sad. "Did you find a toy?" the father asks. I hold up the stuffed animal. "Is this it?" I ask. The boy's face lights up. "Yes," he shouts. He grabs the toy and hugs it tightly. "Thank you so much," the father says. "You've made his day." I smile and say, "I'm glad I could help." I return to the plane and finish my work. The captain comes out of the cockpit. "Anna," he says, "you did very well today. You stayed calm and helped everyone." "Thank you," I say. I was nervous, but I tried my best. As I leave the plane, I think about all the things that happened today. The turbulence, the missing bags, the scared passengers. It was a lot to handle, but I also think about the happy faces. The man who found his documents, the boy who got his toy back, the mother who felt supported. I realized that being a flight attendant is not just about serving food or showing safety instructions. It's about helping people, staying calm, and solving problems. I walk out of the airport and feel the cool air on my face. The sun is setting, and the sky is orange and pink. I smile to myself. My first day was full of surprises, but I made it. What will my next flight bring? I don't know, but I'm ready to find out. Here are 10 questions about today's story. Write your answers in the comments below. Let's see how many you get right. 1. What is Anna's job? A. Pilot. B. Flight attendant. C. Gate agent. D. Passenger 2. Why was Anna nervous at the start of the flight? A. It was her first day. B. The passengers were angry. C. She lost her uniform. D. The plane was delayed 3. What did the little boy lose on the plane? A. His book. B. His toy. C. His shoes. D. His bag 4. What did Anna give to the man who said he couldn't breathe? A. A bottle of water. B. An oxygen mask. C. His bag. D. A safety manual 5. Where was the man's bag that he thought was missing? A. In the overhead compartment. B. In the cargo area. C. Under his seat. D. At home 6. What did the mother with the baby need during the flight? A. A blanket. B. Water. C. Anna to hold the baby. D. Both B and C 7. What did the woman find under her seat? A phone. B. Important documents. C. A wallet. D. A boarding pass. 8. How did Anna help the boy's father after the flight? A. She found the boy's toy. B. She gave him directions. C. She carried his bag. D. She helped him find his seat 9. 9. What did the captain say about Anna at the end of the flight? A. She needs more practice. B. She did very well. C. She made mistakes. D. She should try another job. 10. 10. What lesson did Anna learn by the end of the story? A. Flying is dangerous. B. Helping people is important. C. Passengers are difficult. D. The job is only about serving food. How did you do? If you want to check the correct answers, you can find them in the pinned comment below. Don't forget to share your score and thoughts in the comments. Let's keep learning together.